Okay, this is part 10 of my mini-series of transformations and translations. So this is my first video where I'm talking about transformations. And when we're talking about transformations, what we're talking about is squishing a graph or expanding a graph. So in this case, we're going to talk about a vertical stretch. So this is expanding a graph. And when you have a vertical stretch, you'll always start with the original equation, y equals f of x. And then when we apply a vertical stretch, we say that y now equals a times f of x. So a is just a number, and if it's greater than 0, we've got a vertical stretch. Now, what if I divided both sides by a? Then I would get the next equation, y times 1 over a equals f of x. So if you see that equation, even though it's a fraction, it's over here, it's still a vertical stretch because you can get rid of the fraction by multiplying by a on this side, multiply by a over here, and then we'll get y equals a f of x. So these are two formulas. They mean exactly the same thing. So what we're going to do is make a graph and show you what a vertical expansion looks like. So I'm going to, let's make a basic parabola. So the basic parabola, y equals x squared. So if x was -1, 0, 1, y would be +1, 0, and +1. So we've got an xy point at -1, +1, at 0, 0, and at +1, +1, and connect the dots in a nice smooth curve, and we've got y equals x squared. So what happens if we do a vertical stretch to that graph? So I think I'm going to use my green pen for our stretch. So, let's stretch it by a factor of, 3 maybe? So, this x squared, that's our f of x. So when we go to write y equals 3f of x, what we mean is y equals 3 times, in this case, f of x is x squared. So let's make a little xy chart again. We'll use -1, 0, and 1, the same points as we did before. So if we replace this x squared with -1, well, -1 squared is +1 times 3, +3. Now we've got a point at, instead of being at -1, +1, it's at -1, +1, 2, 3. It's up here. The x value doesn't change, it's the y value that changes. This point moves up there. Now if x was 0, 3 times 0 is just 0. This point doesn't change because the y value was already 0. 0 multiplied by 3 is still 0. And our last point was, we're going to talk about this point, see where that moves to. That was the point where x equals 1. So if x equals 1, 1 squared is 1 times 3, that point moves from being at 1, 1 to 1, 1, 2, 3. That point moves up there. Connect the dots. Oop, that was terrible. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. So what you can see is our graph was originally wider, and now it's narrow. It kind of has the illusion that maybe, since the range used to be, for just our points we're looking at, was the domain. The domain was a lot wider here than it is in our new graph. It can trick you sometimes, and you can think that there's something to do with the x values that's going on. You might think it's a horizontal compression, but it's not. All we've done is taken our original points and changed the y coordinate. So I hope this helps. I'm going to do some more videos with some more examples, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.